Welcome to Winning Begins at Home. Is it possible something is stealing your life? I think it might be not just possible, but probable if you're like most Americans. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're in the middle of our morning routine week here. We're talking about how to develop a great morning routine to be a part of our personal operating system. Really, I love this idea of having a way to think about my life and how to really position myself or organize myself, I guess I would say it that way, to have the life that I want. And I want that for you. I mean, I said a few weeks ago, this is not going to be about something as much as it is for someone. And it grieves me to think that there's so many people out there who are giving their lives away, and they're giving their lives away to this little device right here called the phone, right? The phone. I can't even tell you how much it pains me to think that the phone is the first thing that we reach for at the beginning of the day. When you think about your life, think about it. What is the first thing that you reach for when you wake up? And is it serving the life that you want? Is it really helping you have the life that you want? Brendon Burchard, he's an author. He wrote a book called High Performance Habits. Great book. He said, the way we start our day matters because it sets the tone for everything that follows. And I think that's so true. If we said the last couple of days, if we don't get off to a good start, we can't expect to win the whole day if we lose to start the day. And so let's think about that. Now, I mentioned the phone. I got my phone here. I actually have it on I got the focus mode set. It's all do not disturb, which I love that. And in fact, so many times I'll put it on there and I'll forget. And then 3 days later, I haven't gotten any calls. I'm thinking, what's going on? And I realize that I've messed up. But truthfully, we get very few calls on our phone, right? It just serves as a computer or a place to text. A lot of things happen in that technology that you have in your hand when you have your phone. But evidently, we have it in our hands a lot. The latest numbers are we are checking our phones. This is crazy, 144 times a day, which is just like, how do we get anything else done? 87% of smartphone users, the first thing they do basically is they check their phone. The actual research was they check it within the first hour. Very few people are going to put off not touching that phone for that first hour of the day when they wake up. The immediate dopamine hit we have, we love that, right? When somebody texted us overnight, or we got a like on our Instagram post or whatever. And it is robbing our lives. It is so easy for us to lose focus, really just to go into reactive stress mode. When we pick that phone up, that's actually what happens. They hijack our morning routine, if we want to think about it that way. So we've been talking this week about having a morning routine. We said yesterday, you don't have to have an hour-long routine. Start with 15, 20 minutes. Let's just stack a couple of things, be successful. But I would say if you're going to avoid anything in the morning, would be where I would start. The thing I don't want any access to when I start my day is my cell phone. It really is not what I want to do. There's a cortisol spike that should be happening, which causes focus in the mornings, versus that dopamine hit, which is just always pushing us toward stress, fight or flight kind of stuff happening on one side. And then we've got, which gives us focus. And then on the other side, we've just got stuff, stress, worry, all kind of stuff. So here's what I've noticed for me. When I just am going to check my phone real quick, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, I'm just going to check my phone real quick, Randy. No big deal. I'll get in there, get out. It's like going to Costco. You think you're going to go and you're going to get one item, and $300 later, you're coming out with a buggy full of stuff, and they're looking at your receipt, and that's not what you want. That's exactly what happens when I get online. If I go onto my phone, I start checking something, I start scrolling something. The next thing you know, I'm on 4 threads later. It's just not productive for anyone that I know. And so there really is a psychological difference between being proactive and being reactive when it comes to your day. And I want to encourage you to really be proactive, to be focused, to think about the kind of life that you want. I'm not sure your phone is going to really help you get there when it comes to that first hour of the day. And so what are some simple alternatives here? Because I'm going to make a case that your phone should not be your alarm clock. I know some of you are out there going, well, my phone's my alarm clock. That's what wakes me up. Let's change that. If the phone is causing me a distraction, it's causing me to to interrupt my morning routine, and I really do want to win the first hour of the day, then what would it look like to go back old school? Remember old school analog clocks? You can get one of those. In fact, I loved my father-in-law. He always had the clock behind the bed, and it's ticking. And I remember when the clock his finally broke down after about 40 years. I don't know how long he had the thing, and we ended up having to order him one. We tried to get the same one, and the new ones didn't work like the old ones did. But he was locked in on his old clock. And I'll tell you this, he really also struggled with the cell phone. He had one, but he couldn't keep it charged. It's like he never talked on it, which and here's the thing that I loved about him. He was so happy. He was so, he just was not distracted by all that stuff. Now I know you're way more, you got way more going on than this guy who was a farmer, which was really cool, had going on. But man, I'm telling you, you need to ask yourself, what kind of life do you want? And does the first hour of the day necessitate you checking your cell phone for you to be able to have that kind of life? I would say for me, checking my phone and being tethered to my phone so early in the morning actually keeps me from the life that I want. And so again, we're talking about things that we can do this week, routines that we can set in place, and we'll continue this conversation the next couple of days. But today, I didn't want to go any further until we think about what we need to not do. And so here's my challenge for you today. Tonight, I want to challenge you to charge your phone in a different room than the room that you sleep in. And I've got a charging box that somebody gave me. It's really cool. Arrow, ARO. Check that out if you've not. And they've got a really cool thing. Actually, shout out to Joey and the team over there. I actually was on their podcast at one point, which is fun. But I would say get yourself a charging station, a place set up in your home where you can charge your phone. It's going to just distract you if you don't. And so charge your phone in a different place. And maybe pick up an actual alarm clock. You could get one, order one on Amazon, use your technology to do that. But once you get it, lock in on that if you need an alarm clock. And if not, what would happen if you just let, the sunshine wake you up? That'd be kind of cool. Go really old school there. And so I want to encourage you to really give some thought to this. This is so important that we don't become enslaved to our phone being our alarm clock. I think if that happens, it immediately sends us into that stress zone, and we don't need that. So here's what I believe. I think your phone will gladly steal your life if you let it. I really do think that. And so I want to encourage you to protect your first hour, really like your life depends on it, because I believe it does. And so if we're going to be really focused this week, we're going to have a great morning routine. We're going to have an operating system that helps us organize and go after, or organize our lives and go after the kind of life that we want to win actually beyond work. I think let's make sure that we're winning that first hour of the day, and our phone, I'm convinced, will not help us do that. So hope you'll give that some thought. Hope you'll come back tomorrow. Love you guys. Remember, winning begins at home.